I ain't gonna lose to a souped-up MMA street fighter. He thinks boxing's in his blood, is trained by his dad. I will say, he's the first fighter I've ever seen come to the fighting meetings with a dip in his mouth, tobacco, spitting in a cup. You ever see that?
Never have. Never have.
And here is the champion. His return to the pit. Here's Anthony Johnson out of San Jose. Played hoop at a JUCO college. Says he didn't like his last performance in the pit. Had a point taken away from him. He said he tried to force the knockout. He will be much better, he said tonight.
Tried to force the knockout. He's very conscious of being a BKB fighter. He was given a 3-fight deal. There's a lot of expectations here on him in the pit. He's aware of them. He's got great athletic ability, great power. We're going to see if he's a great fighter.
Both men are in the pit. Let's get the official introduction. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas, the BKB action continues. The 3 judges assigned for this contest: Robert Hoyle, Dave Moretti, Patricia Morris-Jarman, and inside the BKB circle, your referee in charge of the action, Jay Nady. And now 7 2-minute rounds of BKB Cruiserweight Championship action. Introducing first, wearing silver, official weight 195 pounds. He comes to us from Colorado Springs, Colorado. He is the challenger, Joey the Beast Montoya. And his opponent across the circle, wearing black and officially weighing in at 194.5 pounds. From San Jose, California, the reigning and defending BKB Cruiserweight Champion, Anthony Johnson.
Anthony Johnson has a thong on his back. It took 30 hours. Blessed my Lord, who teach my fists to fight and my hands to war. That's a big tat, huh?
Lock him in.
Well, Anthony Johnson looking to defend his belt. He's got the black trumps. Joey Montoya, he's in the silver.
We'll see if Johnson again feels pressed to force the action.
Ball throw. Find that jab. Touch that. Find that distance. There you go. Right.
Mark made allude to this. As you can see the jab there by Montoya, but he said, and I'm quoting Montoya, Johnson's just a wild swinging MMA fighter. I'm not losing to him tonight.
Keep those hands up a little higher. Strong position. There you go.
Here's the jab
right to the body.
by Johnson to the stomach of Montoya.
I'll tell you where Montoya does have an advantage. He had an extensive amateur record. 85-12 as an amateur. So he's been doing this for a lot longer than Johnson.
Keep that right hand up when you're doing it.
He does have that experience, and he has been doing it for a long time, but, Johnson...
Montoya.
Yeah.
And Johnson went down.
It was a nice leg hook.
That was a push. You're good. Mark, come on.
I don't think
there's
That's Son Johnson. Wow.
Again, these two sparred before Johnson won the Cruiserweight belt last summer, and it was Montoya who said, I dominated that sparring session. Johnson begs to differ.
See early in the round when Montoya slipped and came back.
Here's a right hand by Johnson.
Right hand.
We got 20 seconds here left in the first round.
Come on. You're good. 2 under 5. There you go. That's the one right there.
Yeah. Johnson clips Montoya. And he drops.
Now that was a knockdown.
Hey, you all right?
Both men go down in the first round.
Now you're seeing why they gave him a 3-fight deal. He's got knockout power.
he came back after he got knocked down, which was a little bit more of, at the edge of the pit, but he still got knocked down because he got hit with a punch.
Let's take a look at the second knockdown. If I'm not mistaken, Robert, I think it was that left hand.
Yeah, it was the left hook that Montoya landed that Johnson landed that hurt Montoya.
I want to call that round a draw on my scorecard.
It has to be a draw, yeah.
Not because I thought the knockdowns matched each other.
Here's the hit chip replay again. As we track the force, the speed, you can see 258 pounds of force.
Wow.
That punch came in at 6 miles an hour. In case you're wondering, that force in between 200 to 300 pounds, that's generally average.
Ring the bell, right?
I'm saying that Johnson hit him a lot harder than 258 pounds.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you can see how that energized.
Oh, another good exchange. Here comes Johnson now. Big left hook by Montoya. And a right by Johnson.
It's a left hook by Johnson.
Bombs away here in the second round.
We were talking about Montoya having the experience and everything, but it seems like Johnson's got the
seems like Johnson got the power,
right? The power, the skills. He's landing some beautiful punches, and even though he's also getting hit, but he's landing the better shots.
He's throwing a right hand to the body and coming back up with a left hook. See,
Johnson
right hand to the
now on
body.
the down.
He's going to come back with that left hook. He figured out what was
another right hook
on.
by Johnson.
I hear he's trying to go to the body, and that's what he should be doing. Because, like I was going to say earlier, Montoya doesn't look in very good shape. His body doesn't look like it's in shape. So Johnson should go to the body.
Interesting thing about Johnson, he started fighting at the age of 18. Parents did not want him to fight. They didn't even know he was fighting. He was fighting and going to tournament. Parents had no idea. They didn't find out until it was published in the paper that he was turning pro. And his father called him and said, "What the heck is this about?" That's how they found out that he became a professional fighter. In fact, he says his father still has not actually attended one of his fights. He watches, he can't attend them live.
One of the things that Johnson has done here is figure out a little bit of distance. We saw him have trouble with that in the last fight. He had trouble with that in the first round. No more. He's really adjusted very well.
There's that right hand by Johnson. And look at that. Both of these guys
both are cross hooks, yeah.
You're down a little bit low. And when you get inside, you're not moving your head, you're keeping your head still. That's why he's able to hit you. You gotta move your head from one side to the other, son. You hear me? So keep chopping with that straight right. It's gonna set up your punches to the head, okay? Hands in a strong position, right? And I don't want your head still, I want your head moving, okay?
Good instructions for Brian Short.
Robert, if you had Johnson, what would you have him work on long term?
Look, Johnson is a fighter that doesn't have that much experience, started late, but he is very strong and he is very dedicated.
What does he need?
He needs to, just use his jab a little bit more, use his jab, go to the body more often, which he's been doing, but I think he should be doing a little bit more often, especially that left hand to the body. He's throwing a lot of straight right hands to the body, but he needs to throw that left, right in the liver.
Don't try so hard.
This is round 3. Anthony Johnson's cruiserweight belt on the line. He pounds the body of Montoya.
No, that was a knockdown.
That was a knockdown.
Wow.
4, 5, 6.
I think that was more like a push.
I think it's more like a push too. I think it was very much like the first knockdown.
So Johnson has now been playing. Montoya. He's holding on.
Montoya was hurt with that left hook.
Hook again with another left hook. And he grabs Johnson
looked like he was doing an MMA move.
I mean, that's a knockdown too. If you're gonna get the first knockdown,
he counted the first one.
That's not MMA. That's just sloppy holding.
Here's another left hook by Johnson.
We don't have to insult MMA like that.
Here's the jab, Montoya. And Montoya, that's a knockdown.
Now that should count as a knockdown because he went up there to seek refuge. He went there to escape the action.
That's why he gets the standing 8. I've almost lost count. Now both guys, if I'm not mistaken, been down twice.
Twice each.
It was one real knockdown in this fight. Anthony Johnson put Montoya down in the second.
Here's a body shot by Johnson. Montoya says it's low. Another left hook. Oh, gotta love the action here. Take a look at another one of the knockdowns.
He got hit with a left hook right there, but then towards the, I don't really see anything landing so clearly. That was a push on the shoulder, and he goes down. I don't think that was a knockdown.
Those rules have to be enunciated more clearly by the third man in the ring. If every push, if every step out is going to be a knockdown, there's going to be a problem. I have no problem with Montoya being called a knockdown because it was a retreat. He went beyond the boundary. You're not supposed to go there. He went there deliberately to avoid getting smacked around.
Here we go, round 4.
I do think Johnson has to recover his discipline after that last round.
Here's some combinations by Johnson.
See that right hand to the body?
Right to the body, left hook, right hand upstairs. And it landed perfectly. He's throwing the right hand to the body very nice and landing it. I think he should have. I don't know if they have a video monitor in the dressing room, but the way Acevedo was doing it, followed by finishing up with the left to the body, would help him.
Jay Nady says that was a push. Here we go.
But if he's going there to get a breather, that's against the spirit of BKB. You know what Johnson needs? He needs to get all the street fighting out of him. That style.
Under a minute here in round 4. Seconds down.
Work.
Cool.
Nice right.
Good
nice left hook by Montoya. Nice jab. Keep using that jab. There you go. He needs to keep using that jab.
That's what this kid needs. A jab. Start with the jab. Teach him a professional jab. Got the check hook.
And it's Johnson who ends with a flurry. Let's go right to our hit chip replay. Gauge the speed and force. That right hand. 12 miles per hour at 195 pounds of force.
Well, that looks like more than 195 to me, man.
I think so too. But I would like to see how some of my fighters would do. Like Marcos Maidana or Jesus Cuellar, who has tremendous power when they land one of those punches.
But Robert, it's not just the number on the punch. It's not just the force generated. It's where does it land? The left hook to the liver will do a lot more than the left hook other places.
It would, and you know that's why I wouldn't mind doing that with some of my fighters. You know, it's interesting. You know, or when I was fighting, something like that. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Ring the bell.
Here's another right hook by Johnson.
Back.
Johnson is the champion. He has the cruiserweight belt. Here's a left uppercut by Montoya. He's in the silver trunks. There's a left hook by Montoya. Followed up by a right uppercut.
Yeah, followed by a left. Two uppercuts. Oh, they both landed hooks.
This so far has been a very active round, especially for Montoya. Here's a right hand by Johnson.
I like that right hand, that sneaky right hand.
See a cut there on the right side of the eye of Johnson.
Keep your head up. Don't bend over this time. Get your weight to the front foot.
Montoya goes down. It takes Johnson with him.
Montoya.
That could have been called a knockdown too. He went down because he was hurt. He was holding him. Wow.
What a right hand by Johnson. It certainly rocked Montoya. I guess he said, if I'm going down, you're coming down with me, Johnson.
That's exactly what he said.
I guess, you know, the previous rounds, they've both been down at the same time. So he's like, we're both going down again. We're even.
Take another look at this.
Look at that right hook.
Oh
my God, that was beautiful.
Can we get a hit chip on that one?
I think we can say he knocked the snot out of him.
Yes, he did.
Oh, not metaphorically. He did it literally.
That should be a knockdown.
Here's the hit chip.
Look at that.
Look at this. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
621 pounds of force. And just to let the people who are watching this know, usually when you're talking about pounds of force, 200 to 300, that's average.
4 minutes.
Anything above 500 is hard. When you're talking about 500 to 600, that's knockout range.
Wow.
Lock him in.
He's also coming down.
Again, that hit chip technology only here on BKB.
Let's see how well Montoya recovered because he was hurt when he went into his corner.
Here's another right to the body by Johnson.
He's landing the right hand to the body every time he throws it. He needs to follow with the left hook upstairs.
Wild right hook by Johnson. Montoya catches him with a good stiff jab on the right hand.
Oh, no, he sure looked like he was a little bit lost.
Yes.
He didn't know where he was. He couldn't find his opponent.
You can look at the average force.
Wow.
When you talk about the punches of these guys round by round there.
I'll tell you, Montoya has recovered. I think that's pretty clear.
Has landed some beautiful right hands in this round.
30 seconds left in this sixth round. Oh, short uppercut by Johnson.
He's going to get cracked.
Final 10 seconds. Round 6.
Don't look at the ref. Protect yourself at all times. Gentlemen, I give that round to Montoya.
I gave it to Montoya also. Johnson looks a little bit tired.
Puts his hands down when he gets tired, you know. He starts fighting like a movie star.
Let's go to our hit chip replay. Montoya, right hand. Came in at 8 miles per hour. That's generally average, but 273 pounds of force. Again, that one would go into the average category.
It looked harder than average to me.
Well, I'm sure Johnson said, yeah, you say it's average.
Quick jab. 2 minutes. Quick fucking jab. Don't push the right hand. Snap it, son.
Well, coming up, some couple of junior middleweights. The title's on the line. Kurshin Abdullayev, you see him there.
That's Robert's adopted son from Russia. That's Robert's Russian son.
And there's David Estrada. He's the champion. He puts his junior middleweight belt, BKB belt on the line. This is the 7th final round of the cruiserweight. Anthony Johnson, he's in the black trunks. He's the champion. Joey Montoya, he's in the silver trunks. Making his BKB debut. Who wants it? "90 seconds left in this fight. Johnson pounding the body of Montoya.
Connecting on some clubbing shots.
There's a right hand by Montoya. He steps around and clubs him with a left hook. Johnson sticks his tongue out at him.
Not advisable. Mouth is bloodied up.
I don't know if being a little too confident, too cocky is affecting Anthony Johnson. If he was too sure of his preparation, I'm the champion, ain't nobody gonna take my title. It's a good mentality to have, but when you have somebody with a lot of amateur experience and somebody that could really fight, that could get you in trouble.
Both men clip each other here. 20 seconds left in this fight. Anthony Johnson's cruiserweight belt on the line.
Nice counter.
He just suckered him in for that right hand. I just don't think Montoya.
There's a right hand by Johnson.
Wow.
And here comes Montoya.
What a finish. Look at
What
that.
a finish here on BKB.
Good fight.
How do you score this fight?
Let me count it up, but I have Montoya winning the last 2 rounds.
I have him winning too.
I got the first round of the draw, and I got Johnson winning the 4 in between, so that gives you Johnson.
By 1 round.
Yeah, that gives you Johnson, but I think there's some stuff he needs to learn. I think he needs to learn ring generalship.
Let's take another look at some of that action from that last round. Johnson sticks his tongue out and then eats the jab. And right hand, just basically grazed him. Went over top.
That was a good fight. Both guys deserve to be back.
This one is close. As our unofficial scoring, you guys have got Johnson by a round. It'll be interesting to see how the judges have this one. Montoya and his father hug each other. They believe they've won it.
It is very close. I think it will go either way. I picked Johnson by one round, but depending on how the judges seen it.
Well, the judge's official decision is in. Let's find out who won this fight. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 7 BKB championship rounds, a round of applause for challenger and champion in this great fight here tonight. Here are the judges' scorecards. Robert Hoyle, Dave Moretti, and Ricardo Ocasio all have the same score of 68-65 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still BKB Cruiserweight champion Anthony Johnson.
Anthony Johnson retains the belt in a hard-fought unanimous decision over Joey Montoya. Give me your thoughts here, Robert.
It was a good decision. I think Johnson did win, but I think the fight was a little bit closer than what the judges had.
Johnson is with our Mark Kriegel. Mark?
Congratulations, Anthony. How you feeling?
I feel great, man. Feel great for a wild MMA fighter. Did pretty good.
Did pretty well for an MMA fighter. There's still a lot to learn, don't you agree?
A lot to learn. This pit is different. This pit's different, I felt like both those knockdowns were kind of pushes, right? Pushes with the body momentum. Yeah, shot landed, but it wasn't a shot that pushed me over. My knockdowns were legit, caused by hard punches.
One punch was, I believe, 621 pounds of force. You landed the more decisive blows, but he came back. He showed a lot of courage. He showed a lot of grit.
Super strong. I knew going into it he was strong. Like I said, we sparred, and he never backed down. He came forward. Just like he did in this fight. I'll give him credit. He was tough,
How much have you improved since you sparred last June?
Oh, I improved a lot, but he worked hard. He definitely worked hard. Was in shape. The body shots I felt like made a big difference in this fight, and I'll continue to get better on those.
What's up with the tongue hanging out there? You taunting him? We weren't in a position to taunt him.
No, he gave me a little taunt first, like it landed hard, but I'm sure you'll see on the numbers, he didn't have no crack.
Listen, BKB has an investment in you. Got a 3-fight deal here. What do you need to become better at?
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna take 3 days off. I'm gonna be back in the gym, ready for the next one.
Congratulations, champ. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Mark, thank you. He's taking a whole 3 days, huh, Robert? He's taking a whole 3 days off before he gets back.
3 days, back in the gym by Monday, I guess. These guys are, they're dedicated. You could tell. He's one of the dedicated fighters. He's got a great team behind him. They're doing a great job with him.
Well, he is the BKB Cruiserweight champion. Speaking of champions, a gentleman who became the youngest world light middleweight champion at 21. He's now at the hostess with our Jen Brown.
Thanks, Brian. That's right. I am here with Fernando Vargas, 2-time world champion. Fernando, we just saw a very exciting finish there with our cruiserweight title fight. What do you think about BKB and what you've been seeing here tonight?
Well, what I saw in the pit is that you got to really be good with your infighting. It's not as big as a regular boxing ring, so you really got to make sure that, if you're going to be landing your punches, you got to make sure that you move right away. Because you're really half of a ring, correct?
That's right.
And so I kind of like it, So it's good. There's no ropes. You don't get an opportunity to really box, and some people